How to win back a woman who's lost interest in you. Stoicism, Stoic love, Alkalpalu. Welcome to the noble man. Embrace love with Stoic wisdom. You're not here to chase her. You're not here to beg for her attention. You're here because something deep inside you, something wise and resilient, understands that there is a better way. She pulled away. Good. That's not your cue to panic. It's your signal to pause, take a deep breath, and reclaim your power. In this moment, you might feel confused or even hurt. But understand this. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your comeback. This isn't about her. It's about you. This is your time to rise above the noise, silence the self-doubt, and become the kind of man who doesn't chase because he doesn't need to. Remember, as the Stoics taught, you cannot control external events, only your response to them. Focus on what you can control, yourself. This is where your strength lies. By mastering your mindset, energy, and actions, you will not only reclaim your peace, but become a man who draws respect naturally. When you achieve this, the world, and yes, even she, will start to notice. You don't have to chase. Your presence will be enough. Take a moment, breathe, steady yourself, and let's begin this journey together. Quote to inspire: the greatest victory is over oneself, the Stoics. Number 1. Rebuild yourself to reignite her interest. The most common mistake many men make is waiting. They sit, phone in hand, staring at the screen, hoping for a message that may never come. They replay past conversations in their heads, questioning what went wrong. They place her at the center of their thoughts, giving her all the power, while their own lives remain stagnant. But here's the truth. A man who waits is a man who loses. The longer you remain stuck in limbo, hoping she'll notice you, the more you diminish your value. The more you shrink in anticipation, the less attractive you become. So, what's the solution? Stop waiting. Start building. Instead of obsessing over her, shift that energy back to yourself. Go to the gym, not to impress her, but to build your strength, your discipline, and your confidence. Work on your mindset, not to prove something, but to develop the calm and grounded presence that no one can shake. Improve your finances, not to flaunt wealth, but to create stability, freedom, and independence. The key is, a man who is actively working on himself is always more attractive than one waiting for external validation. Imagine 2 men. The first is stuck in the past, scrolling through her social media, analyzing every post, waiting for some sign that she still cares. The second man, however, is busy improving himself, building a stronger version of who he is, too absorbed in his own growth to worry about whether she notices. Now ask yourself, which man commands more respect? Which one feels stronger and more magnetic? Women are drawn to strength, and true strength isn't just physical, it's mental. The ability to stay calm when life throws a curveball. It's emotional, the power to face heartbreak without losing yourself. It's financial, the stability to stand on your own 2 feet, no matter what comes your way. Strength is about showing up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. It's about hitting the gym when your motivation is low, pursuing your ambitions instead of chasing someone unsure about you. Strength is choosing to rise, even when life feels heavy. And most importantly, strength is having the self-respect to know this. You don't chase love, you attract it. Become a man who is worth desiring, so stop waiting for her to notice. Instead, focus on becoming the kind of man she can't help but notice. Focus on your growth. Build your life. And when she wonders where you've gone, when she starts questioning why you're no longer chasing, that's when you'll know you've already won. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Number 2, stay cool, not clingy. Once you've shifted your focus back to yourself, rebuilding your strength, mindset, and purpose, there's one essential truth you need to hold on to. Emotional control is everything. It's vital to remember that emotional stability is your foundation. And without it, all your efforts to regain her attention will fall apart. Here's the situation. After you've created that space, that silence, it's going to feel uncomfortable. There will be moments when you'll want to reach out, send that just checking in text, or remind her of the good times you've shared. You'll find yourself desperately wanting closure or validation from her. But the hard truth is this: the moment you chase, you lose. When you text constantly, beg for closure, or try to convince her of your worth, what message are you really sending? You're telling her that she holds all the power over you, that her absence has shaken you, that you can't stand on your own unless she's there. And let me tell you, there's nothing less attractive than a man who's lost control of himself. So what's the alternative? Stay cool, stay grounded, stay composed. This doesn't mean putting on an act or pretending you don't care. It means having genuine self-respect and understanding that your peace doesn't depend on her affection. This is the heart of Stoic wisdom, emotional independence. Cultivate true indifference, not a calculated game of pretending, but an authentic sense of calm that radiates confidence. When you maintain your composure, something powerful happens. She starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Did I misjudge his value? Did I underestimate him? And that is where the power lies, because strength is magnetic. Women aren't attracted to men who beg for attention or seek constant validation. They are drawn to men who exude self-assurance and command respect simply by their presence. Imagine two men in this situation. One is frantic, constantly texting, asking questions he already knows the answers to, showing his desperation. The other remains calm, focused, unbothered, his peace untouched, even as she pulls away. Which one do you think piques her curiosity? Which one makes her second guess whether she miscalculated? The strongest move you can make in this situation is not to beg her to stay, but to show her that you will be just fine without her. That's where the true power lies. However, here's the crucial point. This can't be a facade. Women are incredibly attuned to insincerity. They can spot pretense from a mile away. Your calmness must come from genuine understanding that you don't need anyone to complete you. You are whole, just as you are. That mindset, that emotional independence, is magnetic, and it's incredibly powerful. When you feel the urge to text, to reach out, to over-explain yourself, don't. Instead, take a deep breath, step back, and let her feel the weight of your absence. Let her see that you are not moved by her silence, because you know your worth. A man who stands firm, who remains steady and unshaken, becomes unforgettable. If she comes back, great. If she doesn't, you'll know that you stayed true to yourself, and that is real strength. Strength isn't in chasing or pleading. It's in being able to stand on your own, to stay calm, and to remain the man you know you are no matter what comes your way. That's the essence of Stoic love: emotional control, inner peace, and an unwavering self-respect that becomes irresistible. Like, comment, and share if this resonates with you. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment. I am emotionally independent. Number 3. Space works better than chasing. When a woman pulls away, it's natural to feel the urge to close the distance, to chase her, and to prove your value. But here's a truth you must understand deeply. The more you chase, the more you push her away. Every unanswered message, every attempt to fix things only makes her see you as desperate for validation, and that's a turnoff. Instead, give her space. In that space, something powerful happens. You stop chasing. You stop scrambling to fill the silence, and you begin focusing on yourself, your growth, your worth, and your own purpose. It's not about playing games, it's about standing firm in your own strength. A man who knows his worth doesn't need to chase. He knows that when she pulls away, it's not necessarily rejection, it's often a signal that something in the relationship has shifted. So rather than panicking, take a step back. This is the moment for growth. When you stop seeking validation from her, you create room for her to reflect. She begins to ask herself, why isn't he reaching out? Did I make a mistake? And that curiosity, that uncertainty, begins to draw her back in. Attraction is like a fire. It needs space to breathe. Imagine this. If you stand too close, if you keep piling more wood onto the flame, you'll smother it. But when you step back, give it space to grow, the fire becomes stronger. the same applies to relationships. Your silence, your pause, is not punishment. It's respect. Respect for her space and for yourself. Now ask yourself, were you too available? Did you lose focus on your own growth while putting all your energy into her? Stepping back doesn't mean giving up. It means you're choosing to invest in yourself. It means you're cultivating your own strength, building your own life. As you do this, something powerful happens. She starts to feel the absence of your presence. She's no longer thinking about the silence as rejection. She's thinking about what she's missing. And when that realization hits, she'll start to close the gap. Not because you've begged or chased, but because your own fire is burning so brightly that she can't help but notice. But by then, you may find that you're no longer waiting for her to come back. You're focused on your own life, your own purpose, and your own happiness. And that, my friend, is the most powerful form of attraction. Remember this: a man who stands firm in his worth and his purpose becomes irresistible, not because he seeks attention, but because he radiates his own strength. Leave a comment below with, "I am a man who knows his worth." If this resonates with you, hit like, subscribe for more, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Number 4, silence gets her thinking. When emotions are running high, when confusion, frustration, or heartbreak strike, it's tempting to reach out. You may feel the urge to explain yourself, to remind her of the good times, or to beg for a second chance. But here's the truth you need to understand. Words rarely change a woman's feelings in those moments. When she pulls away, no amount of long messages, apologies, or desperate attempts to talk things through will bring her closer. In fact, the more you push, the more you'll drive her away, reinforcing the decision to keep her distance. Now, silence. Silence is a different story. When you stop chasing, when you step back, and when you choose quiet over words, something powerful happens. She's left alone with her thoughts, and in that space, doubt creeps in. Questions arise. Why did he stop reaching out? Did I misjudge him? Was I wrong about him? That is the turning point in your favor. Silence isn't just the absence of noise. It's the presence of strength. While most men panic when ignored, reacting emotionally by texting, calling, and scrambling to force their way back into her mind, a Stoic man remains unshaken. He doesn't beg. He doesn't argue. He doesn't try to control what he cannot. Instead, he controls himself, his emotions, his actions. He stands firm in the face of uncertainty, accepting reality as it is, not as he wishes it to be. And when she feels that calm, when she senses that your world hasn't collapsed without her, that's when her mind starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Did I underestimate him? Has he moved on? This doubt and curiosity work in your favor because it's in the silence that she must search for answers, not from you, but from within herself. And here's the truth, people value what they think they might lose. If you keep filling the silence with messages and calls, she feels secure in the idea that she still has you. But when you step back, when you go quiet, not as a tactic, but as a reflection of your calm confidence, she feels the absence. It's a void where her assumptions once lived. You're not chasing her anymore. You're showing her your strength and self-control. And that's when she starts asking herself, what if I was wrong? What if he's no longer waiting for me? By the time she finds her answer, you may have moved on, no longer concerned with chasing her back. The next time you're tempted to send that long message, don't. The next time you feel the urge to check in, pause. Let the silence speak for you. Because when your presence is no longer a given, when she realizes you're no longer standing in the doorway, waiting for her to turn around, that's when she'll start to wonder, what if I made a mistake? And by the time she realizes the answer, you may not even care anymore. Call to action. If you resonate with this message, comment below, I choose my peace. Let me know your thoughts and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Stay strong, stay grounded. Number 5, make her feel your absence. When a woman pulls away, it's a sign that something within the relationship has shifted. Perhaps you became too predictable, overly accommodating, or even too available. Or maybe, without realizing it, You put so much energy into the relationship that you forgot to invest in yourself. Whatever the cause, here's a truth that's hard to swallow. You can't talk your way back into her heart. No amount of pleading, convincing, or trying to prove your worth will fix what's broken, but there's something that can: your absence. When you create space by pulling back, stopping the chase, and refraining from trying to convince her, you do something powerful. You create a void. In that void, something remarkable happens. She starts to notice what's missing. She recalls your presence, your humor, the way you made her feel. It's easy to take something for granted when it's always available. People rarely appreciate what they think they can't lose. But when that presence suddenly disappears, the mind begins to wonder, where did he go? Why isn't he reaching out? Did I take him for granted? This is the power of absence. The true value lies in not being desperate for her attention. When you know your worth, you don't need to beg for her to notice you. You trust that what is meant for you will return. Your absence is not a strategy to manipulate, but a way to honor your own self-respect. It's not about playing games or making her feel bad. It's about valuing yourself enough not to waste your energy on someone unsure of you. When she feels that shift, when she realizes that you no longer revolve around her, she's forced to ask herself, did I walk away from something valuable? By the time she figures it out, you may have already moved on. This isn't about punishing her. It's about creating a space where both of you can reflect and grow. Your absence speaks louder than any word you could say, and it brings clarity to both hearts involved. Number 6. Neediness destroys attraction. Neediness isn't just a turn-off. It destroys the very foundation of respect and admiration in a relationship. Why? Because a man who seeks her approval, her attention, her validation, is a man who has lost his own center. Women are not attracted to men who cling. They are drawn to men who stand tall and steady on their own. A man who needs constant reassurance from a woman is like a child seeking validation. It's not attractive, and it undermines the respect that a woman has for him. When your happiness hinges solely on her presence, when you make her the center of your world, you no longer show up as a partner. Instead, you become a burden, an emotional weight that drains her. It's exhausting, not just for you, but for her as well. And here's a powerful truth: the less you need her, the more she is drawn to you. It's not because women want to feel ignored, but because deep down, they are instinctively attracted to strength, quiet, unshakable strength. True strength is not loud or desperate. It doesn't scream for attention. It's steady, it's composed, it's a man who values himself so deeply that he walks away when disrespected, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. It's a man who relentlessly pursues his own goals, his passions, his purpose, not to impress anyone, but because he knows that living a fulfilled life is what truly matters. It's the man who is whole on his own, a man who doesn't need her, but who chooses to share his life with her. And here's what happens when you adopt this mindset. She starts to wonder, did I misjudge him? Did I walk away too soon? Why doesn't he seem bothered? That uncertainty, the feeling that she may have underestimated your value, that's what stirs attraction. But understand this, you can't fake it. True self-sufficiency doesn't come from pretending you're busy or forcing yourself to look indifferent. It comes from living a life that is genuinely fulfilling, a life so rich in purpose that you don't waste time chasing someone else's approval. The moment you realize this, the moment you truly know in your core that you are enough, you become magnetic. You become the kind of man that women respect and desire, not because you try to impress, but because your strength is authentic. And here's the most powerful part: whether she comes back or not, you win. You've already won the most important victory: your own peace, power, and self-worth. So, my friend, if this resonates with you, comment below, I am enough. And if you feel ready to embrace your true power, like and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing wisdom. Keep rising, keep building your strength, and remember, your value doesn't depend on anyone but you. Number 7. Make your comeback subtle. To win back a woman who has lost interest, you must approach the situation with calm, confidence, and subtlety. It's crucial that you understand the core principle of Stoicism: control what you can and let go of what you cannot. When deciding to make your comeback, make sure it feels effortless and natural. This isn't the time for grand confessions or dramatic speeches. You don't need to express how much you've changed or beg for her attention with emotional outbursts. Why? Because attraction isn't sparked by pressure, it's sparked by your presence. The more you try to force things, the faster you'll kill whatever attraction may still exist. A simple, calm, and casual message like, "Hey, hope you're doing well," is often all it takes. It's unassuming, uncomplicated, and most importantly, it's real. There's no hidden agenda, no expectations, just the act of reaching out as someone who's secure within himself. Remember, if she's still interested, she will respond. If she doesn't, you'll have your answer without wasting any more of your time or energy. Don't overthink her response. If it's warm, great. If it's cold or distant, that's fine too. In either case, you've displayed something powerful: control, composure, and emotional resilience. That's a quality that naturally draws people to you. As the philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By controlling your emotions and acting with calm assurance, you show her that you are a man of value who doesn't need to beg for attention. Women are attracted to men who carry themselves with an air of confidence, who can hold their ground and act like they belong, no matter the situation. So, when you choose to reappear, do so with subtlety and ease. Don't force the issue, don't overshare, and certainly don't try to prove anything. Instead, show up as someone who's been too busy living a fulfilling, purposeful life to dwell on what didn't work. By doing this, you won't just be seen, you'll be felt, and that's what will make all the difference. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. What's your perspective on making a subtle comeback? Share your experiences in the comments below. Number 8. Attraction is subtle, not forced. Here's a powerful truth that shifts everything. Attraction cannot be forced. It must be inspired. You cannot convince someone to feel something they do not. No matter how much you beg, plead, or try to impress, you cannot create genuine attraction through pressure. Instead, attraction is born from presence, not the loud, dramatic gestures we often associate with romance, but from simply existing with purpose, poise, and authenticity. Think about it. The people who draw you in aren't the ones trying to impress. They are the ones who are simply comfortable in their own skin. These individuals exude an effortless charisma that makes others notice them, not because they are loud or desperate for attention, but because they emanate an energy that says, "I am confident in who I am, and I don't need to prove it to anyone." This is the essence of true confidence, not arrogance, but a grounded belief in your own worth. Confidence is a silent strength, one that radiates without force. When you genuinely know your value, you stop seeking external validation, and that in itself is magnetic. People are drawn to it naturally because they sense the steadiness, the assurance, and the authenticity behind it. Now, here's the key. When you stop trying to attract her, she starts noticing you. It's paradoxical but true. The moment you stop chasing, stop seeking her approval, and focus solely on your own growth, that's when the attraction is reignited. You become the man who is moving forward, building a life filled with passion and purpose, and it is this calm strength that draws her back in. So, the lesson is clear. Do not force attraction. Don't chase. Instead, center your energy on yourself. Pursue your goals, cultivate a life that excites you, and build the person you want to become. When you do this, she won't just see your worth, she will feel it because it will be undeniable. Like, comment, and share if you found this helpful. Subscribe for more wisdom. Comment, attraction grows from presence, not pressure. Number 9, stay on her radar, but don't overdo it. It's essential to understand this truth. Disappearing doesn't mean becoming invisible. Stepping back, yes, but don't vanish like you've gone into exile. The real key lies in staying on her radar just enough for her to notice you, not because you're trying to impress her, but because you are truly enjoying your life. This is not a strategy, it's a lifestyle. You're not playing games, you're simply living authentically. Go out with friends, explore new hobbies, dive deeper into your passions. And when something exciting happens, share it, not to send a message, not to provoke jealousy, but because your life is filled with moments that matter. Remember, this is about your happiness, not her. When you genuinely embrace this mindset, something profound happens. She notices you, not as the man who is sulking, waiting, or stuck in the past, but as someone thriving, someone fully alive. That sparks curiosity. Wait, he's not chasing me? He's out there living without me? Was I wrong about him? That doubt, that uncertainty, plants the seed for her return. It's the mental shift that begins to work in your favor, quietly and powerfully. Here's the catch though, it has to be real. Women can sense inauthenticity from a mile away. If you pose fake smiles or try to create a picture-perfect life just to catch her attention, she'll see right through it and it will backfire. Instead, focus on living for you. Real happiness and fulfillment radiate from within, and when you're no longer seeking her validation, she'll feel it. And here's what happens when she starts to question, did I make a mistake? You're too busy living your best life to even care. This is a message not just for you, but for every man out there. You hold the power to shape your life, your happiness, your future. If you've learned something valuable here, comment below with, I choose my peace. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom on embracing your stoic strength. Keep rising, keep living. Number 10. Let her chase you. The secret to reattraction. Here's a truth that most men overlook. Reattraction doesn't occur when you chase her. It happens when she feels like she's losing you. Think about it. Women don't miss the man who's constantly begging for attention, sending endless texts, or over-explaining his feelings in an attempt to win her back. No, they miss the man who, rather than pleading for her attention, steps back and lives his life as if her absence hasn't shaken him in the slightest. The man who silently pulls away, diving into a life that's exciting, fulfilling, and meaningful, one that doesn't rely on her presence. This is the key. It happens without her. When you chase, you make one thing crystal clear, I need you. But when you stand firm, focus on your own growth, your own happiness, your own journey, you send a completely different message. I'm good with or without you. And that's where the power lies. When she realizes your world no longer revolves around her, she begins to question herself. Why isn't he chasing me? Is he moving on? Wait, did I underestimate him? This shift in perspective creates tension, and tension sparks attraction. However, here's something you need to understand. You're not stepping back as part of a game or trick. You're stepping back because you've accepted reality. You've created a life so rich, so fulfilling, that you no longer have the time or emotional energy to sit around hoping she'll return. And when you reach that point, when your focus shifts from winning her back to winning at life, that's when the tables turn. Now, it's her who starts to wonder if she lost something valuable, and by the time she realizes it, you may have already outgrown the version of yourself that once needed her. It's a powerful realization. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Build the life you want and watch as the dynamics of attraction shift. So, if you felt stuck in a cycle of chasing and uncertainty, shift your focus inward. Create the life you deserve, and the right people, those who see your worth, will follow. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What's your experience with this idea? Comment below. I attract only those who see my worth. Share your thoughts. Let's hear your experience. Thank you for joining us on The Nobleman today. Remember, your strength lies in your ability to remain grounded and in control of your emotions. Stay strong, stay calm, and keep focusing on becoming the best version of yourself. We'd love to hear your thoughts or any suggestions for future topics, so feel free to drop a comment below. Keep cultivating your inner strength, and we'll see you in the next video.